Hi, Carol here. Warm welcome to my craft room. Well, this video has been trying to get edited since get the edit done. I don't even know if edited is a word. I use it all the time though, so let's say it is. I didn't use this stamp set. I had good intentions. I love this Stampin' Up! Set right there. I did use that. Didn't use my water pens, but I did use my gold embossing powder. No color box. Oh no. I know. Can you believe this is even going to be a tutorial? Anywho, I'll just keep going because I managed to get it up this much. I lost my videos, my camcorder. I had to send it back last week. I had to wait for a new one, and they did send me a new one, only to find out that my SD card is not good, and I have to send that back. I found that out today after talking to Apple, after talking to the Sony people. Oh my, what a week. I wanted to show you the Georgia Pacific 110-pound cardstock, what it looks like if you're looking for that. I think you can get it at either Walmart. I got it at my stationery store. The 110-pound white at Michael's, fabulous. And look how much thicker the black is in comparison. I'm telling you, if you can get a hold of that. In Canada, it's $19.99, and then I wait until I can use as many coupons as possible to bring the price down. Now, I'm going to use the Gansai Tambi paints, both the two new color packs that came in, and these wonderful, wonderful paints. I love them, and this is the way I stored them in my Derwent metal case. I stamped little round circles on the watercolor paper, putting the numbers, the color, swatches, and then I put acetate over top so that I could use the lid on this to mix the colors. And underneath the little boxes I have a Velcro, so it holds them in and they won't slip out. No way, no how. So I'm adding, like I said, the water. Now, I did not get the entire video because on here, look at those new colors. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, love them. And I didn't get all of the video in. I was missing the last section, and just to get this in here so that I could show it to you, every day I worked on it for hours trying to figure out why my Mac would not load my videos, to turn out that my SD card was damaged. So I did the best I could here to show you the technique, and then you can take it from there. I think you'll really enjoy doing something like this little mini canvas, so to speak. Next, I used this Sweet November stamp. So cute with the little mouse in the nutshell wagon. I just loved it. So I wanted to do a fall scene for you using the black thick cardstock and just showing you how you can get texture sometimes that is different, you know, and a mini canvas that somebody could put in a frame, or you could really send this out by itself. Yes, I haven't used this stamp before, so I had to take the back off. And as you know, I'm shopping in my own craft room, and I found this little Sweet November stamp. Love it. So I'm stamping it down, just taking a little bit of the Versamark. I did not put my powder on there, so I'm going to do that after I see how I made out right here, putting white embossing powder over top. I didn't do too bad not having the anti-static powder, but you see it there right by my Versamark. I think I'm going to take the lid off the bottom of it here and see, I just don't get anything out of the top, so I thought I'll just let some out. And I like this because you can fill it with baby powder when it's empty, but it must be clogged at the tip. And I thought, okay, I better heat set that side before I continue doing anything else. And the idea here was to have kind of like a postcard that I could send it out just like it is, even large like that, or I could put it in a bubble envelope and send it, and somebody, you know, if they liked that sort of thing, could frame it. So here's my Sweet November. I'm going to put that away, and now I'm getting out my Stampin' Up! Set I have not used before. Beautiful photopolymer. I tell you, I really like their photopolymer stamps. So I'm putting a tree out with the Versamark and wipe it off, put it back, and it comes with two separate sheets, which is really nice. I get out the rake and the little bicycle, and we're going to set the scene. I wanted to do something different that had texture in it, like some type of texture. Here I'm just putting the leaves, the little parts that come in the set for the top, and I'll put some Versamark on that and set that. And then I wanted to try out the Gansai Tambi paints, the new ones and the Fine Tech ones, just kind of experimenting on this black paper. I think it's beautiful to paint on black, especially if you have pearlescent paints and powders, like work beautifully on black cardstock. And I'm telling you, every day I work trying to get this video up. And then when I lost the final video, I thought, okay, I'm going to have to get to the bottom of it. And so I started going through with Apple to check out my computer. And then today, finally, Apple realized that I had a damaged SD card. Can you imagine? So if I had have done any other videos, I would have lost them on that card. I didn't know whether I should even put two of these videos up because it wasn't completed at the end. That video was gone, but I know that some people would like to see different types of texture like this. Take a glue stick and run it through your Versamark, and then you will get nice textures that will show through because it's going to resist the paint or anything you put down with the clear embossing powder on this. Then I took my tweezers and I am just connecting the bicycle. It doesn't have a little connect stamp. So I just thought, okay, I'll use my tweezers and do that. So we're just going to add the white embossing powder here and all the places that I didn't hit. Actually, it's the clear embossing powder, excuse me. And this will give us the resist that I want as I continue to do this project. And even though I did lose the one video at the end, I think, yeah, I'm just going to carry on. And I'm cleaning up the little mouse, and he's in a little nutshell. How cute is that image, I tell you. And I don't know why I said white embossing powder for the image of the little girl with the mouse and nutshell. Everything was done in the clear embossing powder for a reason, for coloring purposes, and that's what I'm going to do here. I decided to change out the water brush and use the black velvet brushes in a number 8. I really like the brushes because they do come to a nice point. When you saturate it with water, then flick it against your hand in a spot where you don't want to get anything wet, of course, and just set a towel down and then flick it up against your hand, and it will naturally draw it out to a point. And maybe that's why they're so popular. I don't know. I just know they are nice brushes to use. And I'm going to do the same as I do with crayons, Copics, whatever. I'm going to try to do this with an underlayer, and the underlayer will be the Shimmer Tambi Gansai. Yeah, I gotta get that down. Gansai Tambi. Sometimes I think I'm dyslexic. It's the only word I say backwards. Or maybe I say it right and then I say it backwards. I don't know. But anywho, yes, I'm going to just carry on and show you these beautiful colors that they came out with to add to the collection. Yes, I'm mixing up a storm. Probably doesn't have to be mixed that much, but the brush is full. And I will start with the hat. And this what saddens me about losing the end video is the fact that I didn't show you how nice it looks to finish the dress and a few things that I did do to add some texture and under layering. but I still decided that I would put these two up for you and show you just how lovely painting with these shimmer paints are on black cardstock. One thing I notice when I'm editing my tutorials, and I'm watching it as you would be watching it, is that I do jump from one thing to another. And I'm going to explain the reason why. I did come up with the reason, and it's because I like things to rest and to dry. I also wanted to see how once you lay down the shimmer paint and then you cover it with the other paints that aren't shimmery, what consistency or what look you would get when you apply deeper and darker colors over the light color. So as I started here, it has this bow and a little clasp kind of holding her hair together, but you don't get to see her hair there. And I thought before I decide what I'm going to do with that, I thought, all right, I'll do my underlayer of the shimmer paint as the sky. And it is just beautiful, like these colors in this one set that is just above me there. I can't even tell you, they're just gorgeous. You can see that this paint would be wonderful to use if you don't have Winkostella and you have any, liquid pearls like the Pearlex powders. Whatever you have like that, just set a little bit down and dip some water in it and use it like a Winkostella with your fine paintbrush. Does the same thing as you can see up in the sky, dries with this beautiful sheen, and the colors are truly gorgeous. So here I thought I would come in with a deeper red. I call it a lipstick red. It is just a nice vibrant red. And of course they always dry just a little lighter. Hello. Yeah, hi. I have to throw a little bit of fun in there, don't I? Now, as I am mixing this shimmery green color to put down in the grass and in the tree, I'm going to tell you that this tutorial was maybe not meant to go up for some reason because my iMovie froze all day. I would start to edit. I would be in it for 3 minutes and it would freeze. I'd have to close it down and then it would freeze and I was here, there, and everywhere on my Mac because I was determined, even though I didn't have the full video for you, to put this up just for inspiration to do a postcard on black cardstock. And if there is anything I could say today that would inspire you, it would be to use this black cardstock, the 110 pound, the one I get from Michael's that I'm always bragging on because the thickness is so thick that it will let you watercolor and use your water without any problem at all. It's like using watercolor paper using this Michael's Recollections 110 pound. So whenever I see it there, we don't get a lot of it here in Canada at our Michael's. So if I'm ever in the States, I pick it up because, it's one of those things like you like something a lot. I'm just dabbing all kinds of color in the tree there and bringing it down a little farther like the leaves are falling off the tree. But it's like buying anything that you love. You get home and you're thinking, why didn't I get two of those? Because for sure they're going to stop making it. Yeah, so that's why I keep this black cardstock and I always tell you about it because it is so thick, absorbs beautifully. I'm going to do a little bit of backing up here. You notice that I do put the lighter colors in the sky first on her hat, and then I come in with kind of like a bright color as my second color when I am doing something here. And that nutshell, in a nutshell, is going to be golden brown. It's going to be really pretty, but like I always tell you, just put a ton of colors down and then you can stop with whatever one you like. and there's no real correction in it because you've applied so many undertones. And here we go. There's my second color. I went from light to bright. And this is, if you watch any coloring tutorials I do for fun, you will notice that I do a light hue and then I will come in with the bright. And then I'll deepen it up next. And this is the fun of coloring. We get to do whatever we want with our little canvas. And so now I want to bring out some clouds on there. And you notice that that blue, it really did dry rather light. I think it has a lot to do with being a shimmer paint opposed to the flat paint. And this is the flat blue, which is a beautiful chalky blue. I really like it as I'm looking at it. And you don't have to worry about the edges of the tree there. I noticed that there are edges. We will come in and clean that up. Now I'm taking some copper from the Fine Tech paints, and those are professional grade, I was told, and they sure are beautiful. They come out the exact color they dry in. Really nice. So I'm going to start to apply all the colors on this little nutshell. Tell me that isn't so sweet. It is. And I use quite a bit of colors till I decide to stop and call it a nutshell. It's a little mouse in a nutshell, yes. So here I come in with the dark tones, and you know I'm not going to stay with that right away, but I do want to add it to the ground so we can put some earth in there. And I like this look. I like this shabby chic, non-traditional type of painting. I really do like it. You've got that rolled ground, which we put in with the glue stick. Now I'm putting some deep, deep, almost burgundy red in there, in the hat. And this is where I'm going to start my shadows. And I wanted to mention what's really nice about, if you call it shabby chic or you call it vintage, free form is how I look at it. When you're doing this, you don't have to worry about where your light source is coming in, where it's not. If we were to say a light source was coming in here, you would say it's coming in the upper right because your left will be darker. And that's how you look at your light source. If you're having a problem wondering, okay, what is the light source here? Well, if it's the upper right, you know that your left will be always darker on whatever image you're coloring in. So on the hat, it would be darker on the left, and vice versa. If your light source is coming in from the upper left, you know when the sun is shining down, everything on the right will be darker, so to speak. Yes, that's how I look at it. You know, being self-taught and just loving what I do, you just learn that over time. You know, whether it's the right thing, I don't know, but if it looks good, I'm sticking with it. Now we're going to go over it with some deeper blue shimmer. And as you can tell, I'm going over everything I did before. And I think it's to practice as well. There's no set pattern in something like this, especially if it's this free form. Just keep going and then stop. When you think, wow, this looks fantastic, just stop. So here I'm going in with the hat, and then we're coming up to where I lost the continued video. So I want to just say this here. Take a little bit of tissue or paper towel and blot it into the sky where you want to have the clouds while the water and paint is wet. And that will give you beautiful clouds, truly will. Now my next video, I lost the finish of the coloring. I apologize, but I wanted to show you. I took a Martha Stewart punch, and this is like a gate. I did it on white cardstock that I backed this black. I did white, then the black, and I cut off the top where it had the loops. Then I took a rubbernecker stamp to make the outline square, and I embossed it with gold. My Favorite Things had a postage set that I used right here for the arrows pointing to the left. There's the rubbernecker stamp. And Sent with Love is in the My Favorite Things. I had baby powder on when I stamped it, so I took a cotton glove instead of my hand. I didn't want oils to get all on the back, but I am going to cover the back as I did with the front here with the Tim Holtz wax. And you can use beeswax, you can use either or to go over it so no water or anything will move the watercolors. I'll leave that in the description, the name of both of those. I did it on a couple projects back. Here's my cotton glove. I find it takes everything off nicely. And then thank you for your patience. Sorry that I didn't have the finishing tutorial, the video 3, but everything I wanted to stand out, I did it with my white pen. And I put Mod Podge actually for the clouds, and I took the Jane Davenport just to pop up some more in the tree because it did dry quite a bit for the background, but I didn't want it to stand out as much as I did the other images. So thank you so much for joining me for this postcard, and I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun to do. I wish I had had the third tutorial though. And now I'm going to just show you some surprise I got this week, if you don't mind. Yeah. Excuse me. Can you get off my box? Don't go away mad. Just go away. After I got my Tombos, I ordered these from Amazon, I think, the Tombow art and graphic pens. And I was very thankful they came last week. I hadn't opened them, but I decided to put them at the end of the tutorial. I'm just looking at the Japanese newspaper, and yeah, I can't read it. I don't know why I'm doing that, but anyway, I wanted to show you the condition of that box. That was amazing that it arrived without flying out the back. It didn't have any tape on it whatsoever. So here you go. I did compare them with the Tombow markers, and these art and graphic ends, like the tips on them, I think these are thicker and longer, if I'm right. I may show that coming up here, but beautiful, beautiful colors. I can't wait to try them out. You can use them for larger brush lettering because the nib is a little longer and wider than the Tombows. But I will do a tutorial on them both, I think, just to show you the difference. These are Zigs, so Zig art and graphic pens, as you can see there, and just beautiful. I think I do take one out, and I'm going to zoom down in here so I can show you the difference between these and the Tombows. I'm sure they're very close in watercoloring, but I'm going to just put a word. I think I put hello. Every time I'm practicing, I always use the word. It's either hello or free because I like the letters to practice in both of the strokes. Are very nice. And then I open it up and yeah, look at the, oh, I'm just doing the other end to see how it works here. Yeah, free. Isn't that funny? And then I'll go back over the strokes on the downstroke. And that's with the other end of the nib, just the nib part, not the brush. So I think they're quite sweet myself. I hope you found some inspiration from the postcard painting, and I want to just mention once again that I put the Tim Holtz medium on to cover one side of the postage. It's the collage medium, but if you want the same thing and double the amount, pick yourself up some Burt's Bees almond and milk hand cream. You get twice as much for half the cost than the Tim Holtz collage medium. And I did front and back so that I could send that out in the mail. And look at these lovelies. Aren't they pretty? Have a blessed week, my friends. Thank you for viewing, and we will see you on the next tutorial.